Yeah, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I disappeared for a while, but at least today I found time to do some content. Yeah, and to start things off, today I have a woofer here that has been brought for repair. Let me show. This one. This is JTC. Let's see the problem. Yeah. JTC, or join the club. Now, what club are we joining? So here it is, and it is very, very dirty. You can see this part. So at the back part, we don't have much information. So let me connect this one into power so that I can show you the problem. Now it is turning on. Let me remove this thing first. Okay. So it says DVD. Let me take a USB memory card that has some music in it. Now, as you can hear, the bass speaker is working, the subwoofer part is working. Now the problem is the satellite speakers. So the owner provided me with some 2 satellite speakers right over here. So you plug them there. Is the front left, front rear. There is no signal coming to the satellite speakers or the mid speakers, but let's call them satellite speakers. So that one, there is no signal. The next one, there is also no signal. So the subwoofer is working, but the satellites are not working. That is the problem. Now I opened inside and I see quite bigger transformer. So what is the ratings of this transformer? It's 15, and then 0 and 10 volts. Wow, most of us normally have 12 or even 10, and it is powered by 2 ICs. One is for subwoofer, and oh my goodness, it is the one for satellite speakers. This one is totally damaged. It exploded, this one. And no wonder. So let me take now before I take it apart, you can see a lot of black. That means there's a lot of heating, like the ICs heat too much, or there has been a lot of soldering that part. That's why it is quite black. So if you take it apart, the first things I do, I normally inspect the other components if we can see visible damage. And the capacitors just seem fine. There is no one that is bulging or fat capacitor. Regulator, it seems fine. Ceramic, they look all fine. GRC 4558 fine. But these resistors right over here, next to the damaged IC, these two, they have changed color. That means they have been put to too much stress that they almost burned out. So those are first culprits before we come to the IC itself. Okay. This part, no, that one was not there. So I have the replacement I see here, 7265. But before I put it, we have to understand what could have caused, the one that was there to explode. So I'm suspecting these 2 resistors right over here. And I seem to be right. They have continuity. So I cannot access them well. So let me remove the heatsink so that I can, get some space to remove them to test why they have continuity. Remember, resistors shouldn't have such kind of continuity unless they have very, very low resistance. It's true, they have continuity. Now, let me lift the resistors to see what the manufacturer wrote about the resistance, so that you can know if they are shorted or they are not shorted. So using soldering gun, faster, you lift the resistor. You can just lift one leg up to check the writings. So I'll use a piece of clothing as well as a home dry cleaner. This is very good for cleaning electronics. So you just pour some and then use the cloth to scrub. I want to see what the manufacturer had written there. And what I can see is written 4R7. 4R7 is almost 4.7 ohms. That's very little. It's just like no resistance. So the resistors are fine. 4R7 is just like a wire. There's no resistance. So now we solder them back. Now our attention is now shifted to the IC. So let me remove this IC. And my good friend James Kamau told me to shake it off, then remove the pins. You can see his comment there. So I did exactly that, and I almost damaged the board. I'll show you. Yeah, I almost damaged, but it's now traceable. You can still trace and see where the pins are going. Yeah? Almost three of them almost got damaged. So I was going to put this IC there, and then I noticed something. Yeah? So let me zoom. It is, the manufacturer has written 7266. TDA 7266. How now? And I have TDA 7265. These are two different things. Fortunately, I have 7266. But unfortunately, I have the smaller version of 7266, not the big one. But these ones, they differ a lot. One has so many pins than the other. Now for 7266, you can see it has 15 pins and only uses single power, whereby we have VCC and ground. But for 7265, it has only 11 pins and dual power, where we have negative power, positive power, then the ground. So it was a PCB printing error, whereby it was supposed to be 7265, not 7266. Confidently, I can now put the 7265 back after knowing it is the one that is supposed to be there. It fits just very fine. So faster, it is there. Put it inside. Now what's remaining is just to solder. So the soldering gun. Then the pins that almost got damaged, I use a jumper wire, small wire, to connect to the pins where it is supposed to be. And we'll have something like this. There were only two. The next one, yeah, there are only two. So you use a multimeter to measure if everything is perfectly soldered. Yeah, so that you don't have a short circuit. So it's now time to moment of truth. We connect it to test if things are okay. So this one is power and this one is the one for 10 volts. Switch on the extension. Wow. Nothing has gone wrong. Everything seems very fine. It seems to be getting a little bit hot. Yeah, we're on the right direction. Now after measuring, you can see negative 20, negative power, negative 20. And we have another pin giving us a positive 19.5. That's why I told you this thing has dual power. And one of these days I'll do a video to explain on these powers, because we have one with negative, another one is positive, another one ground. I'll do a video. So when I put it back, the speakers refused to work. And then I came to measure, then I realized that these satellite speakers were already damaged. You see, if you measure, they should keep some kind of continuity. Like this one. The one that I'm holding is good. You see it is giving some continuity. But those ones refused to give anything, you see. So I removed my RCA and declared them damaged. Probably this could be the ones which could have shorted the whole, IC. So I used this Sony Explode mid-range to test for the, if the IC is working. So that is the setup. Turn on. And I've connected it somewhere there. Yeah, everything seems now fine. That's the first channel. And the subwoofer is also working. Let me test the subwoofer alone. Here it's working. Let me try to increase the volume. Everything seems fine. Yeah, probably that IC could have busted because of either short circuit or the wires ended up, shorting with each other, especially the output part. If they short, you can see that IC is using over 20 volts dual. That means there is a lot of power inside there. And no wonder those speakers, those satellite speakers got damaged. Yeah, so thank you for watching the video. Okay.